Imagine this. You are going to college for a degree that you don't really care about. And you hear this voice in your head that's always telling you that this isn't what you want, but you're just doing it for the heck of it. And it's beating you up because you're not being the best you could be. You're not achieving great things, and it knows you're wasting your potential. Imagine that. And imagine that you want to do more, but you just don't do it. And knowing that you could do more, you want to do more, but you're not doing it, is eating you alive. If you can imagine that, you are literally living out my life when I was in college. I was going for an accounting degree, even though I knew that's not what I wanted. Even though I knew I could be doing better, great things, and I wanted to achieve more, I was just going for the accounting degree, and I was literally depressed because of it. If not depressed, at least my mental health was so low, it bordered on depression. I wouldn't even leave my room to go to my classes. I made sure I got every online class because I did not want to leave my room unless I was going to hang out with friends. If I was not around friends, I was just down and out completely. And I remember during that period, it was a very dark period, man. I remember during that period, I always had that voice telling me I could be doing better, and that is what kept me up at night. The idea that I could be doing better, that I was wasting what I had, that potential inside of me, that kept me up at night, bro. And so I would try to get rid of that by just playing games and being on my phone all day and just doing anything to pass the time, kill time, and numb my mind. But I always had that feeling in the back of my head, in the back of my heart, that I could be doing more. And I was the picture perfect example of an ambitious, depressed person. Even though I didn't know at the time. And there's no real term for this. This is a completely made up term, but I feel like this applies to so many people. I feel like so many of us have these grand visions of what we could be doing in life. We know we could be doing so much more. We could be so much better, but we aren't there, and that thought alone is killing us. Do you feel that? Because if you do feel that, keep watching this video, because I want to give you some ideas that can help you get out of that situation, that can help you first improve your mental health, and secondly, start working on your ambitions and start becoming the best you know you could be. Alright? But first, before I get into that, who am I? My name is Faith, and my goal is to help entrepreneurs, creators, and high achievers reach their goals by teaching you how to take action, stay consistent, and make your goals happen. And if you watched this far into the video, you might as well hit that subscribe button. I don't know where it's going to be, but you might as well hit the subscribe button. I think it's going to be here. And stick around for the long run, because I make videos every single day. Alright? Now, the topic of this video: why are so many people, ambitious people, depressed? The basic answer is your mental health is crap and you're not taking action. So if we can fix these 2 steps, which I'm going to give you some ideas in this video, you're Gucci, you're golden. Your life is literally going to change and go uphill once you get these 2 steps. So before we get too deep into this video, comment down below where you are in life. Would you say that you are suffering from ambitious depression? And if so, what are your symptoms? Do you hear that voice in your head all the time telling you you could be doing better? What is it that you know you could be doing? Do you feel like you're always wasting your time? Let me know in the comments below so we can have a conversation. Back to the video though. How can you fix your mental health and start taking action? I'm obviously not gonna go into too deep detail into this because I don't want to make the video too long. But I'll give you the best 3 key things you can be doing. So first, fix your mental health. If I could only give you 3 things to fix your mental health, I would say get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Fix your diet, as in cut out the junk food, cut out the sugary foods, cut out the fast food, and replace it with like whole foods that just has one ingredient or ingredients you can understand. So you know how like you get like a bag of potatoes and it says potatoes, that's something you should be eating. But if you got like a bag of chips and it is biohalic, calorified, sodium phosphate, like don't get it, because what is that? Why are you putting that in your body? You feel me? So find things or ingredients you can actually understand. If there's more, I go by the rule of if there's more than 2 ingredients I can't understand on something, I'm not getting it. And if you follow that, you will, that will really fix your diet. And number 3, get some light form of exercising every day. And preferably go outside and get sunlight in your eyes. But like light exercise, that could be simple as going for a walk around the block. That could be doing jumping jacks for 5 minutes, doing 10 push-ups, just some light form of exercise. If you do those three things, sleep, fix your diet, exercise, that will improve mental health. Obviously, though, there's a lot more ways you can improve mental health, but I don't want to overwhelm you, so just focus on those top three, and you'll notice a big difference. Now, the second thing is, how do you take action? Now, I need to drink some water because my throat is very parched. Alright, so number 2 is taking action. How do you take action? This is a very complex answer. It's very complex, and you would think it's not complex because if you want to do something, just do it. But at the same time, nothing is as simple as just doing it. For example, if I told you to bake a cake, you wouldn't just bake a cake because baking a cake is actually more complex than just doing it. To bake a cake, you have to get the pans and the pots, and you gotta have an oven. You gotta turn the oven on, and then you gotta get the eggs and the water and the butter and then the cake mix, and you gotta mix them together. Put them in, like there's a system to baking a cake, and there's a system to taking action. And obviously, I can't give you the entire system in this one short video, but I'm gonna give you some of the top 3 items out of that system that can help you. The first one is I want you to understand the 80-20 rule. What this means is 80% of outputs comes from 20% of inputs, which means the big things come from the small things. For example, 80% of a company's income comes from 20% of the products they sell. 80% of the population holds 20% of the wealth. And you can also inverse it and say you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. So when it comes to your goals, you don't need to do so much to reach what you want to reach. All you gotta do is figure out the small amount of things, 20%, that give you the 80% of things. Don't focus on doing so much to reach your goals, but think about what are the top 3 things you can be doing right now to make progress, the most progress on your goals, and then only focus on those for a year straight. Okay, that's the first thing out of the system. The second thing I would say is have an action plan. An action plan is basically when you look at the behaviors you said you're going to do, the behaviors that will give you the most progress ever, and ask yourself these questions: what you're going to do? So basically, the behaviors. When are you going to do it? How long will you do it? And where will you do it? So go through all the behaviors you wrote down and put it through this action plan. So now you won't have to worry about when you're going to do it. You don't have to think about it. There's no choice to be made. You've already planned out what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, and how long you're going to do it. So you actually get it done. All right. And then the last thing is reward everything. We as humans are driven towards pleasure and away from pain. If you just have a goal and there's no pleasurable thing at the end, that goal is eventually going to become so much, it's going to take too much energy. And you're going to see it as painful. And the minute you start seeing your goal as painful, you're not going to want to do it. But if you can always have a reward with or at the end of your goal, or at the end of your behavior, you'll actually do it. For example, if you just said you're going to run 2 miles every single day, that's that's your goal, whatever. But doing that 2 miles every single day, that's going to be painful to you. Like you're gonna want to avoid it. You're gonna want to procrastinate because you don't want to do it. You're gonna have to use so much discipline. Unless you're David Goggins and it's intrinsically motivating to you and your identity is that. But in the beginning, your identity is not that of a runner. When your identity becomes that of a runner, then you don't have to have a reward. The biggest reward is intrinsic, but at the beginning you have a physical reward that can help you build that behavior into something you intrinsically love to do. If that makes sense. So instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna run 2 miles," and then you're burning out, say, "I'm gonna run 2 miles, and as soon as I finish, I'm gonna be able to go to the spa and get my feet all warmed up." Or you could say, "I'm gonna run 2 miles, and then once I'm done, I'm gonna go get my favorite smoothie at my favorite shop." Or I'm gonna run 2 miles, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna have a hot, steamy bath. Like, focus on the good thing you're gonna be getting. So now it's not really you're running to run, but you're running to get that good thing. And eventually, as you keep running and getting that good thing, you'll associate running with just a good thing. You feel me? So that is all I have for you today. So now you understand why you have ambitious depression is because mental health is trash and you're not taking action. But now you know how to fix your mental health, and you know at least the 3 biggest keys to taking action. Follow that out, and I promise you, your life will change. Your mental health will go up, and you'll be taking action. And now you won't be ambitious and depressed. You'll just be ambitious, and you'll actually be achieving your goals. Yay! All right. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you got this far, again, it might as well subscribe. Now remember, take action. Stay consistent. Oh what? Ah! Now remember, take action. Stay consistent. The goals happen, and I will see you later.